This is a good signal, but
Good signal?
I have my doubts
look at that
because
view.
it's in the perfect line of that shooting house over there. No,
Oh, you already found it.
it's a washer
It's
off
a
the
washer.
tractor or something.
We have an audience. This is like so cool. Look at the horses. They're all like, what are these people doing? Hi guys. We're the entertainment. Oh, this is a gorgeous day. I'm supposed to be paying attention, but I can't help it. Look at how distracted I am with these things. Look at it. They're all coming around to say hello. Obviously, we're on a horse farm. They're curious about Steve, myself. They hear this dinging.
Something. What I was starting to say was, there's a shooting house right there. And this is a perfect direction for bullets, but
In the hole.
these fields are beautiful.
Is that thing sticking up?
Yep.
And what is that? Piece of some equipment?
I would say probably a some sort of a spring-loaded pin off one of the tractors or something.
Oh wow.
You know, would have had a hole here and a spring somewhere that you pull and turn it. And
Okay, I've gotten distracted with the horses. Look at them. They're so beautiful. Yeah. They're completely... Hello. He's completely intrigued with what Steve's doing. What's he doing? Huh? Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And there's Steve. I know, I gotta go do my work. I know. We're back on the horse farm. Back on the horse farm for day 2. It's a gorgeous day. The winds calmed down. There's no rain. It's a nice, beautiful day. Let's see what Steve has found.
Yep. It's a cool brass one.
Well, that's cool.
finish it off with at least something that...
It's old?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a neat one.
Here, wait.
No, I'm gonna just clean it up a little bit for the camera.
Oh, that's neat.
I'll have to look because this one could be even like a knee buckle, they call them. So, yep. I think it might be. No, I think it's a button, but it looks like a button or a brooch or something. But it's got a an Egyptian.
Here's this.
Yeah, it's a
Oh, is it like a King Tut?
gilded.
Oh my God! What the heck? Got myself in a kind of a barn here, a little bit away from everybody. It's day 2 at the farm, the horse farm. There's people riding and there are people around, so Steve's out in the field still. But I have a gentleman that's following me. He's been kind of staying up close to these barns, so I came into one of them. He's he's tall. He's wearing kind of what, like, from, it's kind of deceiving because he looks like he's wearing one of those like cowboy jackets that are like, they're long, but it's not one of those. It's almost like a tailored jacket of some sort. He's all in dark clothing. He's got a this is what I saw him doing. He was kind of going like this, looking out. So he has facial face. He's got facial hair, kind of a thin face. He's very kind of determined eyes. Yes, I'm describing him well. He's very flirtatious. I'm just going to say that right off the bat. Wants to show me around. You know, he's kind of like telling me this is his property. So he definitely owned this property, and he's very proud of it, like really proud of it. He built this from the ground up. So I'm using the rod just so that you guys can see. Again, I can hear him talking to me, but you guys can't see what he's saying. But you built this property? I really feel like a strong sense of pride from this man. What he's saying to me is he went from nothing, like you literally a hard worker, you went from nothing to building quite a bit, yeah. So you're talking to me like, I'm looking around here. He's making me look at the equipment. Why am I looking at the equipment? He worked with this equipment, but it's like he's showing me there's all kinds of stuff out here. There's mowers, there's obviously things that would be normal for running a farm. Yes. Did you have items like this? No. So it had nothing to do with horses, right? You don't have anything to do with horses? Correct. But you have things to do with machinery, like, because that's what he's showing me. It's also like he's showing me machinery. Machinery for fields? He's like saying everything. You made all kinds of things. Okay. He was a real strong, like an entrepreneur. Any way that he was able to make a living, he did. Yes. He's saying to me his property extends back around everywhere. So it's a large piece of property. Yes. Is there any way you could tap out the first letter of your first name for me? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. Starts with an R. I'm just chuckling because he's very eager to talk. Can you tap the second letter? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U. I'm going to pause for a moment because the truck is coming around. So it's R-U. Can you tap the third? A, B, C, D, E, F. R-U-F. Can you tap it again? A, B, C, D, E, F. Is your name Rufus? Yes, I'm hearing you. Nice to meet you. Here goes Steve. We're going in with the horses. We know that they're friendly. They're going to be like, what are you doing? Who are these people? Do you guys want to help us? Show us where the treasure is. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? They're going to follow us. That's okay. So's this man Rufus. There's actually quite a few people on this property. Spin it around. I'm following Steve, but there's a lot of Native American. There's a Native American man that's down there. It's funny when I come on a piece of property, it's like they all just kind of stare at me. They stare at us. They're curious why we are here and who we are. I've also seen a woman. She's not very old. She's down by one of the big barns down there. Every once in a while I see her walk by. She's kind of dressed in a light colored dress. Fully dressed. That's like a long, fully dressed. Pale color. I almost want to say it's like either pale yellow or pale white from what I can see here. Her hair's all up. She doesn't look very old. So I kind of think I'm going to have to find bits and pieces of places here because there's a lot of spirits on this property. There's a lot. I can see why. This is this gentleman's pride and joy. I almost feel like there's multiple layers here. Many generations. There's Steve. Let's get up closer to him.
And then
the only thing we have to be careful of whenever we come to these places with horses is Garrett. So our son is so allergic to horses that we have to strip our clothes down and put them in the wash before we bring them in the house. This property is like crazy active. There's people like all over the place. Hello.
Right here it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of hi there. Talking to the horse right now. Periodically I see like there's a woman down there. Every once in a while she comes around the corner of one of the barns and goes into it. She kind of like goes right into the wall.
Scared me.
He's gonna run to
Just give me some warning if he's gonna trample me.
Oh god. Oh cool.
Now that buckle probably being out here, probably a horse buckle.
Yeah. Neat.
Not terribly old, I wouldn't say. But
Hey, not nails.
nope.
And pennies. You're right. So back to Steve. Hoping he finds something.
I got a couple of holes marked out.
I was talking with Rufus and
You were?
hiding in the barn a little bit, trying to not be noticed. He's quite proud of his property.
Yeah, you should be. It's beautiful. I don't know, this one's weird because I don't know if it's something about the soil here, but it signals. I mean, that one was pinging hard. And then it's here.
It's so nice though, everywhere we go, everybody's friendly. People are just as intrigued with what you're going to find as we are.
Yeah. Well, that's what he was kind of teasing me, but he's like,
Probably like, I'd rather be sitting out here doing this with you.
we get half of what you find.
It's in hand. And it's going to be a nail, right?
I think so.
Yep. Who would have known that
It's a square
there's
nail.
just
I mean, right,
lots of nails?
it's the right age.
Yeah.
Just when you figure this has probably been a horse farm for. What did Rufus do here?
I don't quite know. Not with horses, though.
No.
Not with horses. But definitely machinery, and
Well, you know, just
that I'm going to go find out. I have to find another spot to go talk. Myself a spot to go talk. Not drawing too much attention to myself. Oh, sorry, that's my rods. The horse. We're laughing at the horse behind us.
Kind of a cute little thing. By the looks of it, it's probably brass or bronze.
That's neat.
I mean, that could obviously be like, as they say, horse tack, you know, off a ring or oops.
Something more.
Look at
Nail?
Yep.
Yep. Not only do I have horses following me, there is a Native American man that's kind of come up now. For some reason, he feels like because I'm up here, he has permission to come up this far. He's talking to me like this part of the property in the back. The other people lived. They weren't allowed to come up here. I feel like the Native Americans were sharing this land. This man has a lot of significance in his tribe. He is from the back, and this is very sacred ground to them. Oftentimes when I go places, the Native American people are not too bothered by me because I have a Native American guide who I think makes peace with them, and because they always come to me. Sometimes I've been on locations like investigations where they won't talk to anybody else, but they'll talk to me. And I'm not Native American, at least not in this life. The woman here, she's like really sad. You can see her over in the corner there walking around. I don't know if she's receptive to communicating, but she's very sad. She has a very mourning energy about her, like she's in a state of loss. Oh, okay. So, I really need to ask. Okay, Rufus is following me, and he's saying that that's his wife. Okay. Hi, guys. I'm amongst all the horses. Hello. What? You're good. You're good. Hi. What was I gonna say? He's saying that that's his wife, and she died young. I can't hear if it's his first wife or his second wife, or he's had multiple wives. All right, I'm coming up to where I have to turn this off. I don't really have a spot to set this down right now, but he's brought me up here behind this shed. I can hear him. His property extended all back here, but I think he's buried here, because as I'm walking up to this corner, I'm gonna turn it around. There is, I'm hoping you guys can see it, but there's an old cemetery here. So I have got to find my way into the cemetery. He's telling me that he's buried there. There's no access here though. Yeah, it's old cemetery. He tended everything. Like, he did everything. Took care of the property, took care of the land. He was, enjoyed the ladies, I'm hearing. He enjoyed the ladies. I almost feel like on this property, he probably flirts with the ladies. I'm sure many of the ladies here have seen him. He's definitely a gentleman. Very involved with the town. Very involved. And Steve is gonna dig again. The one slight problem when we come out to these places, trying to stay hydrated and then find a place to go to the bathroom. I'll have to go back down into the barn.
So while you're out back, I did find a musket ball.
Oh, cool.
It's a round ball.
Yeah.
Which, whether it's from someone, you know, modern day here that was shooting a round ball musket back deer hunting.
That's
or whether it's a colonial era round ball, but it's definitely a round musket ball. Pretty cool. Found that back in front.
He is buried over there in that cemetery.
He is?
I don't know how to get over there though. Oh, you have to go on the road and access it, but he said he's buried there. He did all kinds of things. He was not a horse farm, but he had a lot of different machinery involved in the town.
Horseshoe.
Really? Oh God.
Part of one, I would
Part
say.
of a horseshoe. While we're on a horse farm.
Shocking. Yeah, you know what? It might not be though. I would say it's some form of horseshoe, but I mean
That looks like not a
thinking about
modern
it,
thick.
could be a it could be a what they call a toe tap or a like the heel of a shoe or a toe where they put metal so it wouldn't wear the leather soles.
That's neat. And he's digging.
Might be something big. Because it's showing. Yeah, something big.
That's it?
Yeah. Rufus's hoe. I've been finding everybody's hoes lately.
Oh, that's funny. Here you go. We found it.
1889 is when he passed. His wives, 1815 to 1846, Harriet, 1812 to 1875, and 1831 to 1909.
So the one young woman was his wife. One of them was young. I wonder if that's his first wife or his second wife.
This one here was
three of them.
Was 31.
That's probably the woman that I'm seeing then.
12
Harriet.
75. Right, 1956. 46.
So the last name is Brown. So this is the whole Brown family. Wow. Rufus Brown. What an amazing piece of property this was. While we spent 2 days on the property, we couldn't go through all of the land. The land was just incredible. It went all the way out into the back fields. Obviously the fields that you guys saw us metal detecting in. And the history that overlapped on this piece of property was just astonishing. So one of the neat things was that we met Rufus Brown. Now, if you remember in the earlier part of this video, me connecting to a gentleman, and I heard him say his name as well as he spelled out Rufus. He was really an amazing, important man in the town of East Kingston. As a matter of fact, Rufus donated money to have the actual town offices that are currently in East Kingston, but that big, huge building was originally donated and created by the Rufus Brown Scholarship for school. So for a long time, that was the local school because this man truly believed in education and helping the town. Helping the town. He was actually known as being the man of the people, your typical New England farmer, who had a wealth of knowledge and dabbled in just about everything that had to do with machinery, equipment. And if you remember, he kept talking about machines and machinery. Well, this man patented the first washing machine, the first thrashing machine. He was very much into buying and selling real estate and really involved in lots of different avenues. When Rufus was 14 years old, he accompanied his uncle, really got a lot of his mentorship from his uncle. His uncle was a publisher and he traveled the world. And Rufus spent most of his education traveling with his uncle, really learning, I guess, the way of the land at that particular time, and had a thirst for entrepreneurial, I'm going to invent it myself. I'm going to make money and I'm going to be a wealthy person. And he had that strive and that drive to succeed. When his uncle passed, he and his brother took over his business and actually had to go through the process of purchasing the rights to his business and to a lot of the things that he was involved in. So the property itself, he had a small homestead on the back part of the property, deep into the woods. By the time that Steve and I got out there, the sunlight was going down and we weren't able to metal detect. And sadly, the property was under negotiations of being sold. So we weren't able to return to fully not only investigate all the spirits that I was connecting with on the property, but also continue to do more digs, which we would have loved to. I am going to try and reach out to the current owner and see if this is anything that's possible, but we did find some interesting things. The spirits that I connected with, what was fascinating about it is that while I was connecting with Rufus and walking around, and this man followed me throughout the whole entire time that we were there. And there was a strong sense of pride from him. He wanted to show me the property. He wanted to show me everything. And I could hear him talking about all of his accomplishments. But there was a woman that was walking with a pale yellow dress. And every time I would see her and tune into her, I felt this amazing sadness and knew that she wasn't very old. Well, she ended up being Rufus's first wife. Her name was Harriet, and she died when she was 29 years old. And the conversation that I did have with Rufus was that she does wander the property and is very sad, and he could never help her. So it was very touching. He had his original, like I said, his homestead way out in the back, and then in time, as he became more wealthy, he built a huge, Victorian mansion that sits in the front part of the property. And this is where he ran a tavern, and there was a brothel there, and the train would come through just down the road a ways, and it really became a very active place for many people to come and enjoy, I'll say Mr. Brown's, property and all of the entertainment that he provided. It was just a really cool place. We enjoyed it. Rufus obviously established himself in East Kingston. There is a plethora of information about him. And at some particular point, I really would like to try to get back onto this property, even just to connect with all the different spirits that were wandering around. I mean, at one point, there were even what I would describe as Puritan people that were, the way that they were dressed up on the far end of the field, where Rufus was pointing to where the cemetery was. There were a lot of, Puritan looking people kind of all gathering in that area. And I did learn that there was their meeting house that was erected in 1825. So that was kind of an interesting thing to see that happening, as well as the Native American that I spoke with. Definitely felt that he was an Indian chief, and there were a lot of ties to the Abenaki in that area, as well as an ambush that occurred with the settlers right on that piece of property. So this was a plethora of history. We so want to get back there, even to look maybe for arrowheads. And there was a stream that ran in the back right-hand portion of the property that we never got to go and explore. So maybe stay tuned for future episodes here. I'm working on it, but thank you for joining us. We had an amazing day, and definitely subscribe to our channel. Hope you enjoy. Would love any kind of comments that you might have. Feel free to share.